Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, May 2025 edition. All the comments in this video are pulled from the reaction videos that I did in the month of May, plus the April Reading Your Comments as well. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and read some comments. As regards to the future reactions at Top of the Pops, I recently saw a Kenny Everett episode from October 73 on YouTube that might be of interest. The same episode was shown a month ago on BBC4 to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Everett's passing. A colorful character to be sure, but not cursed like some of his peers. Yeah, thankfully. I saw the Kenny Everett show long time ago. So long ago, most of you probably didn't even have any idea that I reacted to it. I mean, geez, how long ago even was that 2020 or was that 2019? It was at least 2020. Let me see. 2019, February 26, 2019 was when I reacted to that. Jesus, I should probably run that one back, to be honest, because that was a super long time ago. Quick question, are you going to do Torchwood Miracle Day? Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna wait at the very least until I finish Series 7 of Doctor Who. I'll reevaluate after I finish Series 7, but probably. The first rule of fiction, the asshole always dies last. Yeah, ain't that the truth? This is in relation to Animals That Are Farming Wood. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was hoping for too much, hoping that the male pigeon would go, but I mean, they have to be his poor wife. Well, I guess that's another rule, is the most sympathetic character should maybe, you know, die first, just to relay on Fick how sad the show's gonna be. Series 1 of Harry Hill's TV Burp was shown late at night at 10:30 p.m. and flopped. It, however, caught the eye of Saturday Night Commissioner, who wanted to give it a try, leading in the X Factor of more friendly family style. And when it took off, holy shit, that had to have been one of the greatest. I don't know much about the guy, but it had to have been one of the greatest calls of his whole career, because he was exactly right. One of my exes used to live near Bernie Clifton. She would occasionally see a huge pile of ostrich costumes at the end of his drive, and he would leave them out to be collected for cleaning. I hope all his neighbors knew who he was too, because imagine if you didn't, and you probably just thought the guy was like a fucking bird murderer. The letters that started appearing at the beginning of the Nightmare episode, it was spelling the word backwards, so the answer to the CITV competition was Excalibur. Oh, so it was a CITV thing. It didn't have to do with the actual episode. Okay, well that makes more sense, because I was so confused as to why they were just ignoring it. What always gets me is the amount of people who have watched this Only Fools episode and not noticed David, oh god, I'm gonna pronounce this, David Remus Lupin, isn't it? Okay, yeah, well, I figured out after when 10 million people told me in the comments that it was Lupin, but I did not recognize at the time. How the hell do you pronounce that name? David, let me see, David... I've got no fucking idea. Let's see. Pronunciation. Okay. Oh, is it Thulis? Actually, I might be correct. Let me see. It has it on Google right here. It is Thulis. Okay. Wow. It's actually how it's spelled. Well, fair enough. So, LDN in this comment made a list of the Only Fools episodes that I have still not seen. 5 episodes in Series 1, 6 episodes in Series 2, which might be all of Series 2, 3 episodes in Series 3, 2 episodes in Series 4, and 3 episodes in Series 5, plus the final 5 episodes. We're about halfway for the show at this point, maybe, probably a little more, actually. At that point, how many episodes were there? Only Fools and... Horses, because we're 40 episodes in, and there was, oh, we're way more than half in. There was 64. I thought maybe there was like 70 something. No, so we have 24 episodes I have not seen. When I think I come outside, I think of this episode and that street lamp being fixed the same day. She must live in a posh area. My local council could never. For real, that's what I was saying during the episode. Well, we had a couple years ago street light broken over here. Fuckers didn't come get it to six months later. 6 months later, that thing was fucking broken for 6 months. And then, like 3 months later after that, another one broke. And they were a little quicker this time, but it was still at least like 4 months before they fixed that one. In the UK, we use bayonet fittings on our light bulbs and don't have to screw them in. Fair enough. They're much easier, although my mate is heavy-handed and always breaks the fittings. We don't let him do it. How many dudes does it take to screw in a light bulb? 0 if you take away your friend. Aquila has a V like that because it's Latin, so V is U. Ah, damn Latin, I swear. I was chatting to a mate about Aquila earlier this week. The guitar solos made it. Bro, the guitar solos when they're flying is awesome. You could tell they just told the dude to, like, in the studio, he's like, all right, what do you want? They're like, just do your thing. Like, just shred, brother. It's like a YouTube I've watched today where the host is having spider issues. I'm probably gonna have a lot more spider issues because we get a lot of spiders around here, but the whole bug situation gets worse as it gets hotter, and that's about that time. You kept checking to see if you could see the spider again. You could see your eyes scanning. How spiders can live alongside you, rarely be seen. You might see it again in a few months. I'm not sure if I saw it again. Well, I've seen, again, I see one pretty much every day, so it may have been that one, or it may have been another one, who knows. Yeah, that Amy Roy stuff in Doctor Who annoys me, especially given I know a lot about UK divorce law, and Moffat has been divorced in the UK. Well, I gotta be honest with you, brother, I wasn't talking about no law. Like, that's not the part that bothered me. The part that bothered me was the angle itself. Like, I didn't like that they were doing it at all. I don't know about the law, but I just didn't like the story, but they resolved it pretty well. Please react to Series 15 Doctor Who Disney. I'll get there eventually, in like 2032 or whatever. Love it for all this time. Nobody spoiled episode 5 Doctor Who for you. First channel where people actually care about spoilers. Yeah, and also an advantage of my channel being like completely fucking dead is there's less people to spoil stuff for me. So, but yeah, I honestly did not know the twist, and it was... I still even now don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. Interesting fact about the Power of Three Doctor Who episode, Stephen Burkhoff, who played Shakri, was difficult to work with and had a grudge against the director, Douglas McKinnon, so Chris Chibnall, the writer of the episode, just completely rewrote the ending of the episode, so it seemed like the resolution was rushed and it was completely out of their hands. So, they rushed it because he wasn't cooperating? Why did they just fire his ass? Like, were they on a time... Like, unless they were on a time crunch, like, they had to... If they had to get the episode out in a certain amount of time, they didn't have time to recast, and fair enough, but... I don't know, brother. If they had time, I would've just fired his ass. When I first heard of Thomas and Friends, the first episodes I saw were narrated by George Carlin. I think Carlin took over after Ringo left, yeah? Which, by the way, absolutely insane 1-2 punch of presenters. The drummer for the most successful band of all time, and arguably the greatest comedian of all time. If you're wondering about the ditchwater remark in Thomas Pilot and the previous story, both in the books and later in the TV show Off the Rails, Gordon does a dumb and gets stuck in a ditch. Might be worth a quick reaction along the Flying Kipper and Edward's exploit. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. As for Lost Media, I'm always hopeful. That's all you can be, really. Recently, some alternate takes of Thunderbirds episodes were found and restored. Oh, that's fun. And recovered audio from Last Dead's Army episodes were paired with new animation, so who knows? Yeah, who knows, man? I mean, like I said, again, I know the history. I know why all these things are lost because the BBC taped over stuff and all that, but you gotta think someplace, somewhere, somebody has copies of some of this stuff. Like, it's gotta be in somebody's basement somewhere. All right now must have recharted in Top of the Pops because of Diet Coke adverts. Yeah, somebody also told me it may have been like gum as well or something. I wonder if I saw that ad. Good chance I did. Tony Blair needs to be a good actor to be the Prime Minister. That's a fair point. Honestly, that is a fair point. Yeah, I guess most politicians do need to be good actors. Robert Lindsay plays Ben Harper, a dentist in My Family, my second favorite sitcom of all time behind Only Fools and Horses. I think it's one of the most underrated shows and definitely worth a reaction to. That's actually on the request list. Rob requested that a couple months back, so that's on the list. If you want to stay on the Tony Blair theme, there's a comic strip presents The Hunt for Tony Blair. Were they doing shows that late, huh? That must have been one of their really late specials. Okay, I looked it up. It was in fact the third to last episode of the comic strip presents. It premiered October 14th, 2011. You know who the guy at the end of the Inside Number 9 episode was? That's Kevin Novak, the phone jacker. Oh, okay. I don't think every time I've seen him in the show, he's wearing like the mask and stuff. So yeah, I didn't recognize him. I've learned a bit about Frankie Fly while editing the Curse Commercials video, and here's what I found out. These ads are real local ads in Thomasville and nearby towns in Georgia. Okay. I thought maybe it was parodies, but no, real guys. Okay, Lady Jock is his sister, apparently. He was a member of the San Francisco 49ers for a short time in his 70s, these local ads being in the early 2010s. I did find an obituary for Franklin Frankie Flight Clark Jr., damn, and Thomasville, which mentions a bit of his advertising career. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2013, shortly after Hoot Wireless came out, hence the inactivity on his channel and the lack of great local ads from Georgia the past decade and 2 years. No clue where Lady Jock is nowadays. Damn, well, I hope she's well. I jump around your videos a lot. It's bizarre to go from baldy over there to the luscious locks you have now. That's because when I cut my hair, I don't cut my hair. Every time I decide I've had enough of my hair, I just shave it off completely and start over. This was in relation to Bad Lads Army. I don't know if his brother is going to make things worse or better. Foreshadowing is a narrative device in which, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it really could make things so much worse, but we will see. I'm gonna watch more of it. There'll be another one this month, so we'll see. That is Otis the Aardvark. It was the end of the Aquila episode. Surprise, it's the first time you've encountered him. He was ubiquitous on CBBC in the very late 90s, early 90s. I don't think I've seen him before. Seems like that was pretty common, huh? They've had a lot of puppet characters. There was another puppet character I remember seeing. There's a viral clip of him. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like a dog. It's a clip where he's like, we're just normal men. we're just innocent men. You probably know what I'm talking about if you've seen that. I don't remember the dog's name, but it seemed like they had a lot of puppet type characters around that time. Definitely watch more Blake 7. The series is pretty dark and pulled no punches and brutality. If there's anything comedic, however, it was definitely the special effects used, which were laughably stupid, even compared to other space sci-fi series at the time. Maybe that was deliberate to lighten the mood, maybe, or maybe they're broke, I don't know. Terry Nation was a sci-fi powerhouse in the 60s and 70s, being the man who created the Daleks for Doctor Who. Holy shit, yeah. Jesus, I mean, that alone makes him a sci-fi legend. I love Manimal as a kid, a series before its time, kind of like detective series, but the main character had the ability to change into any animal. That sounds stupid, but in a fantastic way. I'm all for you reacting to stuff like My Mother the Car, and it could have been worse. Imagine him saying he was going to ride his mom the talking bike. Well, if my grandmother had wheels. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. Again, all the comments in this video were pulled from the reaction videos I did in the month of May, plus the April Reading Your Comments. So, if you want a chance to get your comment read and next month Reading Your Comments, the places to comment are this video and every reaction video I do in the month of June. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, they're all in the video description. Well, names all my Patrons. If you didn't know, you can be Patreon me for as little as $1 £1, and you get access to reaction videos, full of reading comments dearly, sometimes more. Of all being said, though, my name is Taffrey16. It's been my May 2025 edition of Reading Your Comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.